Hi guys, and welcome back to part 3 of this basically switch security configuration challenge. So let's just review where we've got to at this point. In parts 1 and 2, we basically created a secure trunk. We secured unused switch ports. That was in part 1. In part 2, we implemented port security. Now what we're going to move on to is we're going to enable DHCP snooping. So again, to mitigate attacks on our local area network, we're going to enable these features. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to configure rapid per VLAN spanning tree, port fast and BPDU guard. So let's get going, guys. So what I'm going to do now is, moving on to step 4, configure DHCP snooping. Let's bring out our switch 1. So what the first thing it's asking us to do is, it's basically saying we need to configure the trunk ports on switch 1 as trusted ports. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to enable DHCP snooping on switch 1. So in order to do that, I'm going to go IP DHCP snooping to enable DHCP snooping. Then what I'm going to do, guys, is it's asking me to enable the trunk ports as trusted ports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go interface gigabit 0/1-2. And then what I'm going to, just before I do that, I'm going to have to make sure I use that range command. I always forget that. -2. And then what I'm going to need to do then is I'm going to need to enable IP DHCP snooping on this particular interface. So once I go IP DHCP snooping, and then basically I want to say trust. So this is basically saying I want to trust basically DHCP on this interface and this interface here, the two trunk interfaces. Once I press enter, that's done that. Also, what it asks us to do, guys, is it asks us as an additional mitigation technique, it asks us to limit the untrusted ports on switch 1 to 5 DHCP packets per second. So where are essentially the if you like, where are the untrusted ports on switch 1? Well, they're pretty much every other port apart from gigabit 0/1-2. So what we can do is we can go into for example, let's go to our, I'm just thinking what ports did we have enabled, guys, as well. Let's go back and have a quick look at show VLAN for a moment. And let's just have a look to see that, of course, all of the other ports at this stage are basically, they're either in our black hole VLAN or they're in basically our other VLANs like admin, sales and management. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically use my command again. So I'm going to go conft, I'm going to go into interface range, and I'm going to say fast Ethernet 0/1 all the way up to /24. So again, I can see from all the way up here from 1 to 24. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into those ports. Okay, so what's wrong with that? Oh, I need to get my spelling correct. So let's get my spelling correct. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically say I want to rate limit any packets coming in. So basically these are on the untrusted ports. So what I'm going to say now is IP DHCP snooping, and then I'm going to use a limit. So I'm going to say limit, and then it says rate of, let's see what the rate was. So it's going to be 5 DHCP packets per second. So I'm going to type in 5 here. Let's just double check that it's, so I can go 5 here. Okay, guys, so I've done that. Now what I need to do is I need to move over to switch number 2, because I can see that it's basically saying over here, it's asking me to enable DHCP snooping globally for VLANs 10, 20 and 99. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over now to switch number 2. I'm going to basically hit enter a couple of times. I'm going to go into enable mode. And what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to go into conft. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable DHCP again on the switch. So I'm going to say IP DHCP. So I'm going to need to go IP. So configuration mode, let's have a look. I'm going to need to go IP DHCP snooping to enable it. But now what I need to do, and it's slightly different this time, I need to basically ensure that it's for VLANs 10, 20 and 99. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to ensure that I've done it for that. So I'm going to say IP, DHCP, snooping, and then I'll just use my question mark to help me with this command. So I'm hoping there's a VLAN, and there is. So VLAN, and then what I'm going to say, 10, 20, and 99. So I'm enabling it for those 3 different VLANs. And that's it, guys. We've enabled it for those 3 VLANs. So I can now exit. Okay, just to let you know that again, it's just saying here that you may not get if your score doesn't go upwards, don't worry about it. It may not be recognizing it in Packet Tracer, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, guys, now that we've finished step 4, configuring DHCP snooping, we're gonna stop there and we're gonna come back for our final step 5 in just a moment for our final video. Okay, please join me. See you soon.